Dear Ascending Ones, as you continue your process of returning to your multidimensional self, you will be releasing the components of yourself that are no longer needed. Simultaneously, you will be placing more and more of your intention onto the self you are becoming. As you continue your metamorphosis, the small voice of the inner child will call out, "Take me with you." We remind you to remember to welcome your child self into your high heart. Your child is your divine child who became the one you identified as yourself before you began your process of ascension. As you collect your divine child into your heart, you release your attachment to the third, fourth dimensional wheel of life and death. Your divine child represents your first 8 souls that are stored in your Atma of the threefold flame of your high heart. Within these first 8 cells is all that you have learned from your many incarnations on physical earth. These 8 cells also hold the pattern of lives in which you returned to self, ascended, in your other incarnations. When you died, you returned to the wheel of life and death in the 4th dimensional aura of planet Earth. On the other hand, when you ascended, you returned to your 5th dimensional light body. It is your light body, which carries you across the great void between the 4th dimension and 5th dimension and beyond. During this era of planetary transformation, many ascending ones will be gathering their divine child into their high heart, in order to break all connection with the wheel of life and death. Many of you who could return to much higher dimensions, are choosing to connect with the 5th dimensional threshold world, to assist with the creation of new Earth. Please remember that in every version of the 5th dimension and beyond, there is no time. Therefore, you are entering a reality that has always existed and is simultaneously in the process of creation. In fact, whenever you travel interdimensionally, you blend your great multidimensional essence with a reality, which resets your essence as well as the entire reality. This reset creates new options and opportunities that did not exist before your entry. In this manner, you enter a reality that has existed beyond time, as your presence simultaneously creates change within that world. Do you see, dear Ascending Ones, how much power you have within you? You have the ability to alter an entire reality, simply by blending your essence with that reality. In fact, even within your time-bound earth vessel, you influence the collective and planetary consciousness with your every out-breath. Furthermore, you inhale the collective and planetary consciousness with your every in-breath. Did you know that your breath had such power? Your first breath at birth indicated that you were alive, logged into the 3D game, and your last breath at death indicates that you are dead, logged out of the 3D game. In other words, your spiritual essence enters your form at birth and leaves your form at death. However, since you are your spiritual essence, you are not born, nor do you die. It is your form that is born and your form that dies. Remember that in order to enter into a form-based reality, you must first create a body based on the molecular resonance and configuration of that reality. Then, when your body is fully formed, your spirit enters that form. When you enter a reality that is beyond form, you merely calibrate your consciousness to the frequency of that reality, and blend your consciousness with that reality. New Earth resonates to the threshold between the 3rd, 4th dimensions of form and the higher subplanes of the 5th dimension, in which form is an option and no longer an indication of being alive or dead. In preparation for your journey across the void between the 3rd, 4th and 5th dimension, your physical form is in the process of transmuting into light body. However, as your form transmutes into a higher frequency of expression, so does your entire reality, because planet Earth is also ascending. Hence, both people and planet are recalibrating their form to higher and higher frequencies. Since your form/body is comprised of the elements of the reality you are experiencing, when your reality transmutes into frequencies, you must match that frequency shift to remain within that reality. Therefore, your consciousness is constantly recalibrating to higher and higher frequencies of light, and your body must recalibrate itself as well. If your state of consciousness becomes too much higher than your body, you will die, as your consciousness is too high to be contained in that lower frequency vessel. Your earth vessel is comprised of the 3rd dimensional expressions of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit/fire. The fourth-dimensional expressions of these elements of your body are known as elementals. Earth elementals are titled gnomes, air elementals are titled sylphs, fire elementals are salamanders, water elementals are undines, and etheric elementals represent the living spirit within all form. The fourth-dimensional elementals hold the breath of Gaia within them and share her essence with you via your in-breath. With your every in-breath, the elementals bring in the higher frequency of Gaia's form into the body. Earth elemental, breath, air elemental, neural synapses, fire elemental, blood and cerebrospinal fluid, water elemental, and consciousness, etheric elemental, of your earth vessel. Then you breathe out your higher expression of consciousness to contribute to the transmutation of Gaia, just as she has shared her transmutation with you. In this manner, your transmuting form, Earth, aligns with the transmuting form of Gaia, Land. Your transmuting breath, Air, aligns with the transmuting atmosphere of Gaia. Your transmuting nervous system, Fire, aligns with the transmuting synaptic junctions within Gaia's electrical system. The transmutation of all your bodily fluids, water, aligns with Gaia's transmuting waterways and massive oceans. As your consciousness transmutes from etheric, fourth-dimensional, into spiritual, fifth-dimensional, your personal consciousness aligns with the planetary consciousness, which is transmuting from third-fourth-dimensional to fifth-dimensional. The physical representation of Gaia is the third-fourth-dimensional Earth, and the fifth-dimensional representation of Gaia is New Earth. As you, the ascending ones, entrain your personal consciousness with the planetary consciousness of Gaia, as well as with all her inhabitants, you contribute greatly to the planetary ascension. Simultaneously, the great mass of Gaia's ascending body contributes to your personal ascension. You also gain the additional benefit of a peaceful transition into New Earth, because you are surrounded and protected by the entire ascending planet. The challenge with this configuration of ascension, as there are many versions of ascension, is that you could easily doubt that you are ascending because you are not leaving anything. If you ascended beyond the planet, you would pull away from that reality and feel as though you are leaving Earth. Then you would have physical evidence of your ascension. However, depending on physical evidence is not consistent with ascension. Instead, it is best to release your ego need for proof, and trust your inner knowing that, since you and Gaia are one, you are both ascending together. In this manner, the return involves both people and planet. We lovingly join you as we all return as one people and planet.